back. Stay tuned. What you got for us?
Program. The word program. And routine.
Oh, yeah, let's get it. On the stoop, got a good one for you. Programs and routines. Let's do it.
So everybody has their routine. Everybody wakes up a certain way. Everybody has their routine. Okay? Let's get past that part. Everybody has their routine. But when do you think outside the box? And when you think outside the box, does it bother you when you think outside the box? That's the question. It shouldn't.
I don't think it bothers. I don't think it's a bother. I think different word. I see what you're saying, but I don't think it bothers him. I think it's
because why?
I guess outside of the comfort zone.
Yeah,
it's more like a comfort
zone.
It's
a comfort zone. Why are people so scared to think outside the box? Why is it so? It's almost frowned upon. For example, you go to work every day. My job, I deal with special needs individuals. Staff too. Every day we have a routine. Yeah, you just caught on it. Every day there's a routine. You go in, you do the same thing. Okay? This goes for everybody. So all someone has to do, or something has to just go in and just, that's it. It's like the Boondocks. We throw the chair.
Oh yeah.
Just throw the chair. So, and everything's everybody upset, everything. Why? What's so bad about thinking outside the box? Sometimes you have to think outside the box. Sometimes you have to change your routine just to give your mind something to do. Because everything's muscle memory. You do something long enough, you can do it without looking. It's muscle memory. Think outside the box. There's nothing wrong with thinking outside the box.
What if somebody is so set that they can't?
That's a problem.
Well, of course.
That's a problem.
But what if I think like just listening to you say, because I say it all the time. So it's to hear somebody else say it. It's like, exactly. But now I'm thinking, maybe what if they've just been doing it like this so long?
That is a problem.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's almost what's they call institutionalized.
Institutionalized. That's exactly what it is. You've done something for so long, you don't know what's right and wrong anymore. Because what's the phrase? This is the way we've always done it. That's a problem. Case in point. Mine, I like I say, I deal with special needs individuals, staff too, and every day they do the same thing. So I told the dude I work with, cool dude, cool brother. I said, as soon as this weather improves, I'm going outside. I said, these guys got to get outside. I said, they looking at four walls every day, whether either this building or next building. So as soon as it got warm, I started taking them outside. And for about a couple weeks, okay, cool. Now that Mother Nature done turned the heat up a little bit. Of course, we in the South. It's June. It's going to be hot. They get water. They get sunscreen. They ain't out picking cotton. Now all of a sudden, being outside is a problem. So you want them back inside looking at four walls.
After you done gave them a taste of
they're on medication. So they ain't out there operating heavy machinery.
Yeah, they just outside chilling.
They just chilling, sitting on a swing. Change your routine. Just because something works for you, because it's in your routine, doesn't necessarily mean that it's suitable for everybody.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's different protocols for them being outside.
Change your routine. It's not like they're outside raking, cutting grass. They're just sitting there. The worst that's gonna happen is they get a little dark. Heaven forbid they start looking like this.
Nah.
That's a whole nother. That's another topic for another day.
I feel like sometimes people,
people get so institutionalized.
Or on the tip that this is the tip that I get it on. You do it this way, because if I do it any other way, it's more work for me.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do nothing.
And heaven forbid you might actually work a brain cell or two trying to do it in a different way. That's another thing.
I'm going to have to look it up. I'm going to have to read. Oh, I got to read something?
I got to read something?
I'll just do it.
Nah. We'll just do it the same way we've been doing it.
Yeah. That's what... See, I encounter it on that side of the game. It's like, we just gonna keep doing it this way because now I gotta go learn something.
Yeah.
It's like,
or
what
how
is
about
wrong with that?
Or how about when somebody's showing you something, and you be like, okay, well, why do we do it this way? Oh, well, that's just the way we've been doing it.
I hate that.
Okay, but I understand that's the way you've been doing it.
But why?
Why? Why do I have to do it this way when I can come up with a better way, more efficient way, easier way, and get the same result? Well, I don't know. We've been doing it this way. Okay, well, explain to me why. And now when you start asking why, now you're the ops. You're the bad guy.
I was just gonna say.
Like why? Like who is this to be asking questions? Master don't like you asking no questions.
Yeah.
So that's my rant right there is people, if you don't have the answer, just say, I don't have the answer. I can respect you more if you don't have the answer to a question, especially because you're so institutionalized and you're so programmed doing the same thing day in and day out that you don't know what you're doing anymore. Yeah. You just know that this is the way we've always been doing it.
And this is what I do.
And this is what I do.
And
when somebody throws a monkey wrench at you, you discombobulate it. Stop. You have to be multifaceted. You have to be able to adapt. If somebody says, "Okay, I need you to go over here and do this," case in point, or I need you to.
Well, and to that, I would say they need to, instead of learning a routine, you need to learn what your job is.
That part.
You need to learn what your job is.
Because your job ain't going to be the same thing every day in. And see, that's the problem. Everybody's job is the same thing day in and day out, every week, every day, however. And then...
Can't be.
And yeah, it can't be. Because if something happens...
I'm going to tell you, just off of... I don't even know anything about the dynamics of your job. But the fact that you are dealing with other human beings, your job can't be the same every day.
You'd be surprised.
It can't. No, what I'm saying is it can't be the same every day because you're dealing with.
Yeah, I mean,
you're dealing with people.
As far as that goes, yeah, you deal with behaviors and behaviors.
That's what I'm
vary.
saying. So right, so it can't be the same. So you cannot do it the same every day because today this person might be out of sorts and now you got to deal with that, but you still have to. So it's gonna be different. So to go in and try and do something every.
and to do it the same way. This is the way we've always done it.
Yeah.
I'm done. I was done when I asked why, and it frustrated this person's so bad
because you're making them look bad.
Because it's like, who are you to ask me why? You know I don't know the answer. That was what I saw on their face.
Yeah.
And to this day, we don't speak.
Yeah.
Because like, you better than us. No, I have a brain that works. If I have a question, I'm gonna ask. I'm not gonna do something simply because you say to do it. Exactly. Especially when I see how you move. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this? Exactly. Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this?
Like, what are we doing? Case in point. No, I'm not even going to say that because that's throwing people under the bus. It's just, again, when people do things and somebody from the outside with a fresh pair of eyes comes in and say, well, why are you doing that? And you get beside yourself, check yourself. You're so programmed that you don't even see what you're doing.
Well, because you make them look bad.
Yeah, that part. And also, when somebody asks you why, it's not a slight at your intelligence. Just stop and think. And if you don't have an answer, say, well, I don't have an answer for that right now. That's okay. It's okay to not have an answer right then and there. Just say, I don't have an answer. When I find one, I get back to you. Okay, well, you're still stupid, but at least you gave a halfway sensible answer. Just don't be so programmed. Don't be so institutionalized. Think outside the box. Challenge your mind. You said something that made it messed with me for a little bit, but I'm like, you know what? Damn it, he was right. Video games, we play them. I play them. And it was a conversation. I can't even remember the conversation, but it goes into my point. If you play the same game every day, you know the game and you know where they're coming from, where they're going, you know what's going to happen, so on and so forth. After a while, the game gets boring because you can pretty much predict. Try playing it in a different way. Mm-hmm. Try playing with a different character. Instead of going left to right, try going right to left.
Yeah.
Instead of if you use guns, try using a different weapon. Just change the dynamic, change the flow, change something about it. I promise you're going to look at that game different.
Yeah.
Instead of going from top to bottom, go from the bottom to the top. And I'm like, and I did that not too long ago. I'm like, man, this game is not as easy as I thought.
Right. Because you know that it's like, so in electronics, we always say electricity is like water. It's gonna path of least resistance. Mm-hmm. If you take water and put it on the table with a bunch of obstacles and you tilt it, the water is gonna hit that obstacle and be like, yeah, all right, we're going over here. Mm-hmm. It's not even gonna try to move it. It's just gonna path of least resistance. The same thing with electricity. That's why you get electrocuted. Because if you tap that wire and you hit a ground, all that electricity is trying to do is get the ground, path of least resistance.
Yep.
It's going right through you. It don't care. Mm-hmm. So, I with that, that's what people do in life. It's like, this is path of least resistance. Come in here, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And as soon as you put a little bit in front of them, it's like, oh,
yeah, like, damn it.
Yeah,
I gotta think today.
Yeah, and I
gotta read what?
And I mean, I got fired. That was a pretty significant hit in my life because of that, and I have to change my way of thinking of not challenging people. But it's like, nah, you gotta challenge people.
You
like,
have
it
to.
It is what it is.
You have
I can't not be me because you're not who you supposed to be.
Not only that, you just have to ask questions. Don't just take somebody's word. Okay, I need you to do A, B, and C. Okay.
But here's the thing though. Here's how you have to look at it from the other person. Because this is what I had to do. I have to look at it from that person that you're asking. What is their mindset and why do they go like that? So here's what it is. Okay, you're asking questions. All right? So either I don't want you to know because I don't want you to take that and run with it, and now my position is in jeopardy.
Good point.
Okay? So what happens is, and I've had this happen to me, you go to a job, all right? I'm new. Day one. Hour one. I don't even know what your position is to take it. I'm just trying to learn this job.
Yeah. And my thing is, how you, and then when you on that same strip, on that, with exactly what you said, and when I talk to you and I ask you and I don't agree with what you're telling me because you're telling me this, I need you to do A, B, and C, and I'm like, okay, well, how come we're doing that? And I'm challenge what you're telling me, and you get mad because I'm challenging you. Now you mad. How you mad at the new guy?
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I'm the new guy.
I know. Listen.
How you mad?
Perfect example. So we were getting ready to do something at this new job that I'm at.
Right.
And it's me and another, it's just me and another guy. That's it. That's it. It ain't no, we shorthanded, we gonna get more help. Nope. That position, that job requires 2 people for 5 airports. All right. So we were getting ready to do something. And I'm like, all right, well, in my training, you got to do this, you got to do this. He just laughed. He said, that's what they told you to do. Go ahead. He didn't get mad, like, man, what is it? He just said, go ahead. Do what they trained you to do. And I did it. And so he was like, yeah, you did, everything was right, everything, all that. He said, this part right here, pretty difficult, huh? Yeah. He said, this right here, that was pretty hard to get to, right? Yeah. He said, now the next one, I'm going to show you how you really need to do it. All right? So now when he showed me this way that he do it, I didn't really have to ask, well, why are you doing it this way? Why are you doing it? I know why.
He showed you.
Because I went through it the hard way.
And he showed you another way. That's
right.
Experience. Experience will allow you to learn 2 different ways. You do what you know, right. And then I'm gonna show you another way. That's experience. That's OG experience. And to get the exact same result, less time. And see, that's a whole different field.
We didn't cut no corners. We didn't not do something. No. It's just they tell you, take this off, take this off, take this off, open this up and do. Yeah, I do all that.
Yep.
You take off one panel on the other side. You gotta get your little shimmy on. But instead of taking off all those panels, you can get to everything through one on the other side. Yep. So we still did everything.
He just showed you a more efficient way to do it.
Instead of taking all that time to take them panels off, you just take off this one, climb in there, and do everything from that. Because that's the only reason you're taking those panels off, to get access. But you can just get it from the other side. Yeah. Because the thing is, you don't want to do stuff on the customer side. You want to do stuff on the business side. Because you don't really want them seeing,
Yeah.
For
what they start freaking out. Yeah.
Well, it's not that they start freaking out. It's just you
don't.
don't.
Oh my God, the plane over there.
No, you just you don't want. You don't know who looking at this. Yeah. So you don't want them just all in there like. Okay, that's how they do it. You feel me? So you try to limit what they can see inside of this machine when you open it up. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I'm just saying, and when I ask him, well, why you do it this way? I like the way he do it. He be like, all right, well, do it the way it's saying in the book. Mm-hmm. And I do it the way and then he be like, now, you see why
that's teaching. That's
right.
teaching. There's this way. Now I'm gonna show you another way.
Right.
I had I call him my mentor when I first started in healthcare. He showed me. He said, "I'm gonna show you the right way, and I'm gonna show you the way we do it." Both of them were right.
It's just
one was more efficient and
easy. It's just an easier way to do stuff. Work smarter,
not harder. Work smart, not hard.
That's it. That's
work smart, not hard.
And if somebody asks you a question, maybe you should entertain it because maybe they can enlighten you to something that
even you didn't know.
Exactly.
Well, be open to suggestions.
Because here's the thing too. Here's something. It just cracked. This is a freestyle off the dome. It just hit me. If you've been doing this job for 10, 15 years, whatever, an extended period of time, the new guy come in, all right? That training that you got 10, 15 years ago, you think it ain't been updated?
No.
No. No. In my field.
In your field.
In my field. But here's where I'm going with it. Just follow me. All right? So in that 10 or 15 years, all right, it might be something that he got. Now he coming in and you're training him, and he might say, well, in training they showed up, and you might be like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, let's do it that way.
Yeah.
You see, so you can't just automatically think, man, this new booty don't know nothing. Exactly. You can't listen to what they gotta say because they can show you. They could show you something that you didn't know.
And when they update stuff, they don't go back and tell you, "Hey, we updated a." They don't tell you that. They just you don't been here so long.
Well,
they don't do they research
in electronics. Yes, we get it's like in this job, but they do service bulletins.
Okay. So
last week, my phone went off like 8 consecutive times in a row. I was like, what in the hell done happened at this airport? Like, this thing's just, I'm like, oh my God. I looked, they issuing service bulletins for all of the, and basically a service bulletin is just saying, okay, hey, we realized we're doing this and this and this, but let's just say changing this piece, you're supposed to pull this off, but we're noticing that when you're pulling it off and putting it on, you're messing the seal up. So this new service bulletin, whenever you order this part, we're going to send it with a new seal. You got to change the seal too.
Yeah. Like an in-service.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So now say in a company that's not as mine, they may have issued this change, but you might not know about it. But now this new dude in training knows about it.
Knows about the change.
You can't just be like, boy, get that shit up out of here. You don't need that. You can't do that. Boy, I've been doing this for 20 goddamn years. We ain't never changed no goddamn shields. You can't do that. You can't do that. Because he might be, hey, well, in training they said that they were saying
he might have information that you could use.
Right. So you might be like, all right, young buck, we'll go ahead and put that shield up in there now.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do that.
Okay, well let me ask you this. What if the roles were reversed? What if it was an older guy coming in?
With a young dude?
With a young dude that's been there for an extended period of time.
Well, see, I've noticed this. Now, this is my field. I've ran into that. I have gone to sites in my previous job. I've gone on site, and you got this little young dude. He running the whole maintenance department, and I come in there and I'm like, all right, what's going on with the panel? You know, let's look and see what's going on. And I'm looking at the codes, so I already kind of got an idea of what's happening. You know, but I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna listen to what you gotta say.
Right.
What you say. And I just check the tone. But if he coming off to me like, you get them people, oh, your panel this, or, you know, it's like, all right, I'll go check it out.
Yeah.
You know, but young dudes, they kind of get a little cocky, like, you don't know what you know. You get that. You get that. You don't, like in Bad Boys, was it 3? You seen that one? Where, you know, he kept going at it with the little young dude. Yeah. Same thing. It's like, look, bruh, like, just because I'm old, like, bruh,
don't mean you can't catch it.
You know, it's not even that. It's just
that's what I'm saying.
But see, in my field, it's more like it's like I hit him with the fire marshal bill, like, let me show you something. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you something. Because I've been doing this for a minute. So I listen to, go ahead. I'm like your boy. Go ahead and do it your way. Yeah. That was sexy. Now watch this.
Right.
Click, click, click. Oh, stop playing with me. Yeah. That's when you get their respect. That's how I do people. When people try to play me like I'm dumb, or, well, why you asking? All right. So I quietly show you what you're dealing with. And then once I show you what you're dealing with, then when I start asking questions, you realize, all right, I realize what I'm dealing with here. Like, my thing is, I'm not here to take nothing from you. I'm just here to figure this out. And I have learned, you can tell by the level, you can tell by the question. You can tell by the question. This is somebody who might have he might look at things a little askew, and that might change things. He might have an idea to do this better or something. But
exactly. People don't want to hear that.
People look at that as a threat to
because it breaks their institutionalism.
No, it's not that. Now it's you're coming up with ideas and stuff and new ways of doing it. That's my job.
That's one way to look at it.
Now, that's what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. So what happened to me in my situation was the dude was picking my brain, acting like he was the homie. Right? Went to management with all my ideas. They was like, you are a genius. and promoted this man, and then they kicked me out the door. And now I have a family member that still works there, and all of those things that were my ideas that they didn't want to listen to, and you doing too much and all of this, now they're all implemented under this dude's control. So yeah, I mean, sometimes like I said, I quietly learn now. I ask a question if it's critical to what I'm doing, but I just sit back and I just watch and I listen.
That's what you end up doing eventually.
Look, I could be sitting there chilling, not saying nothing, and then all of a sudden I go pick up my notebook. Yeah. And just start writing. Yeah. Always. Like, what you doing over there?
Always keep padding. If you smart, always keep something to write.
Don't worry about what I'm writing down.
But see, here's my thing. I've been in healthcare since 95. Since 95. Do the math.
Now I got a question for that.
Hold on, let me finish.
All right.
Now, the way things were in 95 naturally are different in 2024. Okay. But the baseline is the same. So when you go in somewhere and you are 20 plus years older than damn near everybody you work with, but you're out working everybody,
get out. That's what I say.
And
in my experience, get out.
And because you can do a job with little to no instruction, because you've done it for so many years, since 95, you do the math, and you can do it and nobody has to tell you anything.
All right. So now I'm about to flip it on you. Are you that dude that don't take new stuff?
No, I'm not, because every place is different. So going right back into the original point. So when myself going into a spot and somebody's training you, because basically, again, it's all, the base is the same. You're just learning the routine, how things operate, how this person is, how this person is. Okay, so when I see you doing this and I ask you why, and you can't tell me why, it's just what we do. That's just it. Just say it. This is what I've been shown, so I'm showing you.
I mean, that's a way of putting it, but it's the same thing.
It's the same thing, but still, you don't have an answer, because I'm asking you why. Why am I doing this? If I'm looking at it and I don't like what I'm seeing and I'm not comfortable with what I'm seeing, but you're making it like you're so institutionalized and you're so comfortable with doing this, and somebody from the outside asks you, what do you do? Why are we doing this? Why do we do it this way? And you can't give me an answer? No, I'm not. No, I'm not doing that.
See, in that situation, if I didn't know, like if you asked me, well, why are we doing this?
If you don't know, you don't know.
But see, it's different for us, because it's an easy answer for me. Why are you doing this? Because that's what it says in this service manual.
Yeah, see, you have a manual. There's no manual. You learn it. It's every day. One day he could be sitting there chilling. Next day he could be climbing the walls.
Right.
That's when you have to think outside the box.
No. I feel you. Yeah, but that's
see, it's easy for you. You got it in black and white.
Yeah. Why are you doing it?
Yeah, they really ain't no real manual for what I do. But
yeah, usually in my field, if somebody asks you, "Hey, why you doing it like that?" It's because there's a way easier way of doing it, and they want to know why you're doing it like this. Yeah, that's usually the key. So usually in my field, most of the time, if somebody say, "Hey man, why you doing it like that?" You kind of want to be like, "Hey, what's up?" You kind of want to listen, because they could probably really help you out.
Yeah, because they probably have something that could help you.
They usually come back with a tool you ain't never seen. Yeah, you use this thing. Well, what is that?
Yeah. Something that you didn't get in training that they just had.
Yeah, they be like, nah, you do that,
Yeah.
And you be like, dang, I've been sitting here all this time. So, yeah, in my field, sometimes when somebody asks you why you doing it that way, depending on the tone, you can check the temperature real quick with that, but most of the time, it's like, they got something that's way easier.
And for me, easier. I mean, if I'm seeing what you're doing and I know of a easier way to do it, but you already mad because I'm upsetting your energy, I'm gonna keep my comments to myself.
But here's something that I've learned to get around that. Watch this. You showing me how to put a DVD into a player, right? So you teach me I gotta put on these special gloves because you don't want to put fingerprints. So your method is you gotta put on these gloves right? Take the DVD out, put it into the player, take the gloves off, do what you gotta do, right? So instead of saying, well, why are we doing it like that? Right? Because obviously you can just grab it from that middle, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows. So there's obviously, everybody knows there's other ways of grabbing the DVD without putting fingerprints on the media part, right? So instead of doing that, here's what I've learned to do, where it makes it easier for you to say what you got to say, just in an easier way. It's like cursing people out in nice language. So what you do is, check it out. You just go, okay, so the idea is not to get fingerprints on the media part, right? Yeah, because you don't want to get no finger. That's why you put the gloves on. So that's the goal, right? Yeah. Okay, so if I were to do this and pick it up in the middle and slide it in like that, and then you look at them, because it's like, what say you? Yeah.
Well, that's not the way we do it.
But now you open the conversation. Okay, but if the goal is just not to get fingerprints, if I can do this 10 consecutive times and not get fingerprints on it, can we concede that the gloves are not really necessary? You see what I'm saying? That's how I go at it with it.
But you know, you're right. But people see it as you're trying to make me look bad.
No, I'm not.
That's how people see it, though.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. The way, if you go with the, well, why are we doing it like that? That's what they feel when you do it like that. But see, I'm showing you, hey. Because then you might be like, you know what? Man, fuck these gloves. You see what I'm saying? You might open them up like, what damn?
Yeah. It would in a perfect world, yeah.
But no, I'm just saying, some people take it like that. But if you get that person be like, well, nah, you supposed to put on the gloves. That's when you go, okay, bet.
That's what I deal with.
Bet.
That's what I deal with.
Bet.
It doesn't matter how many different ways you show them the same thing. They're gonna stick with what they telling you because that's all they know.
But see, here's the thing. I done showed you that, and you said, no, you gonna do that. Okay, but then the next time I'm one-on-one with my supervisor or something, I'm gonna show him the same thing. And you know what he's gonna tell me? Well, I mean, that's fine. As long as you the whole thing, as long as you ain't getting fingerprints. Yeah. So the next time you see me, you're gonna see me with no gloves on. Rocking.
And
you know what he gonna do? He gonna go to the supervisor. Wilson was over there, and John, he was touching the DVDs with no gloves on. Now what you gonna do about it?
Hang him.
And you know what the supervisor gonna say? Yeah. We talked about it. I mean, as long as you ain't getting fingerprints up there, you good. You don't have to wear them if you don't want to. And he gonna be. Come on, man. You gotta get ahead. That's what I've learned.
Think outside the box.
Right, and see, that's thinking outside the box. Like,
all
right, you want to stay in the box? Watch me hop out and get busy.
Be open to learn different things to the same thing.
You got to.
Just be open to be like, okay, I'm listening.
You have to.
Because you never too old to learn, and you can learn something from everybody. Don't get beside yourself because you don't like the way the message come out, or you don't like the way the message was received, or whatever the case may be. Just accept the fact that I can learn something from everything and everybody. Listen. And don't be mad because you don't burnt some brain cells on the way to work that you don't want to use now. Think outside the box. Just
listen.
Be different. There's nothing wrong with being different.
You can again, thinking outside the box doesn't necessarily mean, fuck the establishment,
No.
That's not necessarily it. If you see, and I mean, most competent managers, if you can come to them with a better way, they'll let you try it. They'll be like, "Well, try it."
They'll listen to you. They'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
I've had managers say, "Well, look, before I implement it to everybody, I'm gonna let you do it, and we'll see, because everybody else is doing it the same way, and you're doing it this different way. So now we're gonna see if there's really a difference, and if there is, now this gets implemented, okay? So now instead of one employee being efficient, you got all your employees being efficient. Who look good?
Exactly.
The manager. When it's time for them raises and them bonuses, who gonna get broke off? Come on, man. Outside the box.
Listen, look outside the box.
Yeah, man. Like you have to. You gotta. It's just like video games. All right. You get the instructions. The instructions they're basics. This is how you jump. This is how you duck. This is how you shoot. Whatever. They're just giving you. This is how you do it.
The basic controls. Everything else you got to learn on your own.
You got to figure this out.
Mm-hmm. And I'm the king of figuring it out.
You have to take these controls and learn how to manipulate these controls in a way to maneuver through these obstacles.
They gonna tell you what the obstacles are.
So if a person just comes to you and says, "Look, this is jump and this is fire," and then takes you and then puts you on the job, you can't say, "Well, he ain't tell me what to do with him."
Some people don't.
I mean, how hard is it to be like, "All right, let me see what they doing."
Some people.
Oh, okay, they jumping and then jumping.
Yep.
Oh.
Some people will give you. They give you. Here you go, and call me if you need me. And they may come and check on you later.
But see, you know what? I'm the right type of employee. I'm the right type. Because as soon as you do that, I'm be like, "Oh, you just gonna leave?" I bet.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Now, when you come back in here, if I'm supposed to be making something, right? It's probably gonna. I ain't gonna hold you. It's probably gonna be 5 or 6 of them over there fucked up. But it's gonna be 20 of them over here perfect.
Yeah.
Now, you can come over here and get mad at me about these 6 fucked up, or you can be like, "Damn, I ain't really give you no instruction, but you only fucked up 6." So you gotta be able to, take what somebody give you and figure it out. You can't just sit back and wait for somebody to tell you, and then if somebody tell you, "Well, look, there's a whole better way of doing this," you can't get mad at it.
Yeah.
Because it might be.
Yeah.
It might be. You got taught how to do this job 20 years ago when it was like that. But things change. I don't care what job you're in, things change.
Yep.
And when they change, you can't say, "Well,
that's the first thing come out people's mouth. The first thing.
So, like my job, right? They put these machines in these airports, right? All of the people that use these machines, like, "Well, the other one was so much better." Mm-hmm. Well, if it was so much better, why did they buy these new ones and put them in here?
Yeah.
I'm just, and when you ask that question, that's when they. I'm just saying, the company you work for bought these machines and us for service. So are they that much better?
Yeah.
Or are they that much worse? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Let's think about that.
Be open to change.
Exactly.
Be open to change.
Exactly.
Things change.
Because the thing about it is, if you understand why they chose these machines as an operator of them, you'll be like, oh, and get down. But you too busy stuck in the ways of that old machine.
Because they have to learn something new.
Exactly.
They don't want to learn nothing new.
Exactly. And what kills me is the old machine, you had to be on your P's and Q's. This one, you could be half not paying attention.
The machine does the work.
So you feel? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, come on now. You.
It's like getting mad that somebody put power steering on your car. And really, the only thing you mad at is because you have to learn how to your steering. Now you gotta learn how to make turns a little. You know, it's just a learning curve. But that's what you mad about, the little learning curve that you got to go through. But at the end of the day, power steering on a car is the greatest thing ever. But you mad because now you got to learn something.
Because you got to learn something new.
Stop it. Stop it. People do not implement changes and upgrades to just make your life harder.
No, it's actually
that
to make
is
your
not.
life.
It is.
It's
just
actually
learn
to
it.
make life easier.
Exactly.
Just be open to learn it.
Just be open to learn it, and you'll be like, "Oh, this is."
And be open to when people have a suggestion for you or a new way of looking at something or doing something. Be open to.
I mean, at least listen to it. Be like, yeah, I see what you're saying, but, and then have a conversation. Don't just hate on them.
Yeah.
Just be like, well, I see where you're going, but it's not going to work because of this. And so really, in order for this to work, this over here has to change, and that can't change. So I see where you're going. Maybe we can twerk on this, but you know what I'm saying? Like, have a conversation and talk about why it won't work. Don't just be like, nah, you can't do that.
Yeah, because the first thing I'm going to say is, well, why not? Yeah,
like, wow, let's have a conversation. Because the first thing I'm going to tell you is be like, all right, couple things. That's my favorite thing. I'm going to say a couple things with that. Good idea. However, this, and it. And then as you start breaking it down, if that person is open, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Oh, yeah, okay. But it's like, hey, I see where you going with it, though.
But then you got some people that just not going to, they just not going to, they're going to agree to disagree.
I mean, true.
No matter how many ways you break it down, they still going to say this is better.
But those are the ones who either that situation that you're trying to improve, that's probably it's probably their idea. That's one. Or they realize, damn, that's a good idea. And they're going to tell you, nah, you can't do that. And then next thing you know, 2 months later, it's like, hey, this is my idea. I came up with this. No. Tony came up with it in the monthly meeting after you had a conversation with him and he told you to get the hell on. So, you know, it's a thin line. You know, my thing is, like I said, with asking people questions, I found there's a way around to get it in there instead of that's just the way we do it. Yeah, all right, that's the way we do it. Well, I'm about to do this.
Exactly.
I've done that too. Like when people do that and they got a hard line with it. Well, that's just the way we do it. All right, well, I'm about to do it this way. I'll just get in trouble. I'm sorry tomorrow.
That's it.
I'm sorry tomorrow. And I bet you the supervisor, hey, who came up with this? This is great. I look dead at him. Great idea, huh? Goofy.
And for me, it's not trying to come up. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I just want you to explain your actions.
Yeah.
Because when somebody asks me, I'm not gonna. I'm stupid. Well, so and so said. I'm throwing it right back on you. That's what you showed me.
Especially if you're a supervisor.
So if I ask you why and you explain to me why, so when somebody asks me, I can give them the same explanation that you gave me.
And then if they question that, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, supervisor so and so.
Yeah. Then you throw it back on them.
Right. Then they going, all right.
But at least have a reason.
Yeah.
I'm showing you this because.
Yeah,
we do it like this because. Yeah. This is like this because A, B, and C. Now, if you come up with a better, more wonderful, use it.
Right.
I'm showing you this way so that way I can say I showed you.
For sure.
Now, if you come up with a better way, Godspeed. But don't shut yourself off from learning. Just don't.
Yeah,
and niggas do that. You niggas do that. Y'all do that. Y'all don't want to hear nothing but what you know. You don't want to learn nothing new.
Well, I think that I don't want to go that deep. I was gonna say I think that goes. Nah, I was gonna get. Hey, I don't go that deep.
It don't go.
I feel you, like, especially at work.
Mainly.
Especially at work. Well, I mean, all of this stuff, everything you get at the Stoop can be implemented in your life.
It's life. Because it's life.
But even in
it's
life,
life.
You can't just...
It's life. You
can't just do stuff because that's the way
There's nothing wrong with going outside of your comfort zone. There's nothing wrong.
Try something.
It's not... Being in a comfort zone is wonderful. I'm not saying just go left field all the time. No, don't do that. I'm simply saying
no.
Just go outside the comfort zone every now and again.
Nah, being in the comfort zone is not good. Because comfort zone comes complacency.
Okay, I agree.
So,
I can.
Nah,
don't get too complacent.
Listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right. Some people might be like, "You got issues." I consistently take myself out of my comfort zone consistently every day because you cannot get comfortable. Mm-hmm. You can't. As soon as you get comfortable, man, that's when you get knocked upside the head.
I agree. I can agree.
So if you're not in your comfort zone, what are you always doing?
Yeah, you're paranoid then.
Well, not really paranoid, but you're vigilant. And you're thank you.
Hypersensitive, yeah.
So I stay that way.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong
Perfect
with that.
example. Well, I mean, I don't mean like just walking around paranoid. Mm-hmm. But when I say I always take myself out of my comfort zone, perfect example. All right. Soon as the weather break, I pull my planes out, right? So this year, every time I go out, all right, on my planes, there's a gyro. The gyro keep it straight. You could launch that plane and put the controller down and it'll just fly in a straight line. All right. But you can turn the gyro off where you have to actually control and keep it level. And so all that stuff that the gyro doing in the background, now you have to do. All right. So I've been flying my planes all year this year with no gyro. Outside the comfort zone. Because I never fly. Mm-hmm. I always fly with gyros. Mm-hmm. Always. But now, we ain't flying with gyros, and whatever happens, happens. You got to learn. But I've been flying long enough where I know. But I just know I had that safety net that if something go wrong, I can just let go of the sticks, and it'll fix itself. But now, when you know you don't have that, now, okay, you got to start paying attention what you're doing. It makes you more vigilant on what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I ain't saying go out here and you know, all right, tomorrow we're going to go get some motorbikes and go motocross racing. Like, no, I don't mean like that. But if you're doing something, just push yourself just a little bit every time. Every time you do that thing, push yourself a little bit more. Mm-hmm. You like playing Call of Duty? Go in there with no loadout.
Yeah, good luck with that.
No, I'm saying go in there. Not when I say no loadout, but go do something like this. You got some you playing Call of Duty. You got some fellas at the house or something, or you know what? Go get your lady. Hey baby, pick me some guns.
Yeah.
And go and play.
Yeah.
Put yourself outside your comfort zone and see that, and that tells you how good are you really.
Yeah. Because I did that. Like I said, I did that when I played video game. I went something totally left field, and I was like, this game is not easy at all. But because I've been doing it for so long,
and you
a certain
built
way,
your stuff, and you got your loadout.
Mm-hmm. But when I changed, I didn't change my loadout. I just changed a couple guns or whatever. Oh yeah,
When
I had
you
to
change
work.
Your loadout.
Yeah, I still had to work.
Right, right.
But it made the game that more fun, and it made it interesting because I'm like, oh wow, okay.
Now it's a whole nother aspect.
Yeah,
of the
now
game.
I'm like,
And at the end of the day, you're better at it. This is my last example. I'm done. So in sim racing, right? These guys that I race with, when I first started racing with them, like they were trash. I was just destroying them at will. It literally was fun time for me. It was like, oh, let me get in here with these goofies. It was, and they know it, cause I don't hold no bone. Like I would tell them, y'all trash. But now, I race with them. Like there's a group of us. We race almost every night, and some nights, depending on the track, the setup, I have problems with them. All right, this is 8 months. I got problems with them. I've been doing this for years, but I was doing it on a solo tip. I'm just now getting into these online races and actually racing in these competitions and stuff, and it's different. But the thing is, when they started, all they would do is run the racing line, and if they were not on the racing line, it was trash. They didn't know what to do. They all over the place. They hitting each other, and they be like, "Well, how you go through the turn? Cause you wasn't even on the line." Because you have to learn. You got this turn. Yes, the best racing line and the best way is to go this way. But what if when you go into it, you with another car and he's on the racing line? It's science. Two objects can't be in the same place at the same time. So somebody gonna have to be on the outside. You gotta learn how to take it on the outside the same way you take it on the inside.
Pause.
Yeah. No Diddy. But so you have to learn different ways to navigate the same situation, because you're never going to run up on that situation. It's never gonna be the same. Yeah, changing a light bulb. Oh, it's easy. It's right here. But what about the one that's up there? It's the same thing, but now you got to do something different to do it. So you have to be able to think, how can I do this same action with this one little obstacle that's now in the way? What's the obstacle? I got to go up 7 feet. It's still twisting, and we're done. But now I have this 7-foot obstacle in front of me. Well, you just gonna quit? Oh shit! They ain't teach me about that in training. You see what I'm saying? But you know how to use a ladder, right?
Think outside.
But because they didn't show you anybody using a ladder to change a bulb in training, you just don't know what to do? No. When you went to school, it was lunchtime. You was hungry. You figured that out.
Figure out where that cafeteria was.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, what you got?
That's all I got.
Hey, all right, man. Good times. Like I said, y'all like and subscribe, man. We back. We're gonna keep pumping them out. We're gonna start getting some field ops going. You know what I'm saying? This dude be going places and don't never take pictures of nothing. I'm on vacation. All we saw was a sliding glass door. What the hell, bruh?
It really won't much to see. Honestly,
Bruh.
it really won't much to see.
I heard.
It really won't much to see.
So there was some water, something.
Everybody see the ocean.
You know what I mean? So come on, bro.
I might go to the beach.
To the beach. Man, screw a beach. If it ain't Coney Island, it ain't good.
I agree with you. But still,
all right. From the Stoop, much love.